Hey y'all, and welcome back to Flo's Corner. So in this video I'm just going to be making some candied pineapples that I added some Tajín seasoning to go on top. This is really not a tutorial. I'm just going to be making these and just recording them. Just a quick disclaimer, this is not for a customer, this is just for me and my kids to consume. I'll link down in the description box my how to make candied pineapples video if you're really looking for a full tutorial. So y'all know I like to start with my 2 cups of sugar, a half a cup of water, and normally a 1/4 cup of my corn syrup, but I was running low. So this I would estimate would have been like 2 tablespoons. It still did the job and it still made my candied fruit the same way. So I was happy at least about that. So I'm just going to give that a good stir. You know, you just want to make sure that your sugar is all incorporated into the water and corn syrup mix because you don't want any chunks of sugar at all. Also, just a side note, I did have my pineapples already in the freezer. They've been freezing for a couple of hours already before I dip them into the mixture. Also, I want you guys to put down in the comments any type of fruit or anything like that that you want me to do a tutorial on. I'm always open to any new suggestions. Don't forget to place your candy thermometer at the side of the pot. Always make sure that it doesn't touch the bottom of the pot to give you a false reading. Now, once it hits 250 degrees, I'm going to add my flavoring and my color. I'm going to be using the strawberry flavor by Loran Oils, followed by the buttercup yellow by Wilton, and some whitener. I'm going to use half of the flavoring oil bottle because I only have a small amount of pineapples that I'm going to be using. Here I'm just placing some of the color into the mixture and kind of giving it a tiny stir, and then I'm going to add my whitener just a little bit, just so that I won't have so much of a translucent look. Don't need to stir in the whitener because it'll already just kind of spread through there. Once it hits 300 degrees, we're going to take it out. Here is the star of the show, our Tajín. These are my pineapples right out of the freezer. Now we're going to start dipping. You all know I prefer to use the skewer. Make sure when using the skewer that you actually put it in to the pineapple before you freeze them so it can be stuck on there. And I'm just going to dip it in there, shake off some of the excess, and then I'm going to place it. I'm not putting all of them with Tajín. I'm going to be having some without and then some with. So here I'm just removing my skewer before it starts to dry. I like to take the skewer in the middle and kind of break up that little circle of excess candy. So with the Tajín, all I'm going to do is have an empty bowl under the pineapple. Once after I'm finished dipping, I'm just going to move it over and pour the Tajín from the bottle onto the pineapple, just so that it can cover it as much as I need it. Now, it is up to your discretion on how much Tajín you really want to throw on top of your candy fruit. I prefer just the top portion of the pineapple as just enough because Tajín can be very overpowering if it has too much. I think that just the amount on the front of the pineapple works just as well. So there were 6 pineapples in total. I did 3 regular and 3 with Tajín on it, and that's pretty much how I wanted the pineapples to come out. Like I said, I was just going to eat these with my children, but if I was to make it for a customer, I might have tweaked it a little bit different depending on how the customer may have wanted it. But all in all, it still tasted great. Honestly, I do like some of my fruits with Tajín. I do feel like it gives it a little kick, a little burst of flavor, which is very nice. So the candied fruit under it actually works well together. I used to see it a lot, but I actually decided to try it one day and I actually like it. And here they are. For video purposes, I decided to add some of my kids' Chile chamoy candy to it. This is probably how I would have served it if I was to give it to a customer. Obviously, you want to add the little candy to kind of match with the candied fruit. It's pretty good. Honestly, I do feel like you should give it a try. If you're into Tajín and if you're into candy fruit, you know, there's nothing wrong with kind of mixing the flavors together, kind of give you a different experience. I just wanted to come on here because I was making this and I decided to actually film it just so you guys can see if you would like to do this at home. Like I said, if you wanted a full tutorial on how to make candied pineapple, you can always check that video out. Like I said, I will link it in the description box below. But we are getting ready to enjoy this deliciousness, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.